Good morning, dear students. Today I'll be starting with a new chapter, that is law. Okay. In the previous video, I think you've already seen the video. I've completed the chapter sovereignty. Understood? Okay. So today's class will be starting with the new chapter law. Now, from this chapter law, what you need to study is, I'm mentioning the syllabus. Okay. Law meaning the sources of law, and there are different kinds of law which you need to go through it in detail. Okay, so particularly in today's class, I'll be just doing the meaning of law. Okay, and here in the board I've taken out 4 different sources of law. In the book there are various sources. Okay, you can go through any 4 sources. So these are the 4 sources of law which I have selected. Understood? Okay. Now, first and foremost, what exactly do you mean by the term law? Now, I think most of you are aware of it. What does law mean? Rules and regulations. Is it or not? In a simple language, if you have to explain, laws are the rules and regulations which are binding on the people, means which the people need to follow, which the people have to follow. For example, the Constitution was, what is it? It's a set of rules and regulations which are meant for whom? The entire citizens to follow. Okay, so law is uniform. Now there's one more thing here. Law is uniform means law is the same for everyone. Okay, there's one particular term which has been mentioned in your book, that is law is uniform, which means law is same for everyone, because every state, every country has its own set of rules and regulations. Understood? Because different countries have their own set of administration, their own government, their own constitution, as a result of which the rules and regulations also may differ from one country to another. Okay, but here laws for a particular state, laws for a particular country, they are uniform, which means same for everyone, because there cannot be separate rules and regulations for different groups or different kinds of people. For example, we cannot have a separate set of rules and regulations for the rich and for the poor. Is it clear? So in your book also it's clearly mentioned, law is something which is fixed, means which does not keep on changing again and again. Okay, and it is uniform, means it is the same for everyone. For example, take the simple example of a school. Okay, every school has its own set of rules and regulations which are fixed, which are already mentioned. Okay, and its uniform means it's applicable, it's same for each and every student studying there, whether they are rich or poor. Okay, whether they come from a higher caste or a lower caste, laws are applicable for everyone, and it is the uniform law which is applicable to each and every one. Is it clear? So that is the meaning of the term law. Now the sources here are, first one is your customs and usages. Okay, now customs, as you all know, what does it mean? Old traditions. Okay, doctrines, understood, which the people follow and which it passes on from generation to generation. So those sources of law, okay, which are passed from one generation to another, that is called usages. Okay, whereas what are customs? These are traditions, old doctrines which the people follow. Okay, now for example here, in ancient times, okay, in the absence of judiciary, in the absence of a Supreme Court, what used to happen? If any dispute took place amongst the members of the tribe or amongst the members of the clan, then the head of the tribe, the head of the clan, what would he do? He would solve that dispute, that deadlock, following the customs and traditions of the tribe. Because like I said, in ancient times, since there was absence of judiciary, okay, since there was absence of a Supreme Court, so any dispute, any deadlock which would take place, that would be solved following the customs and traditions of the tribe, because here there was absence of judiciary, absence of Supreme Court, especially during ancient times. But in today's world, okay, in the present day world, what do we have? We have a Supreme Court, we have a judiciary. So any deadlock, any dispute which takes place, solved by whom? Supreme Court or the judiciary. Is it clear? So customs means the traditions, okay, which the people follow, understood? And any problem, any deadlock which takes place is solved how? By following the customs and the old traditions. Now, usages. What are usages? Those laws which are passed from one generation to another. Okay, and here usages also play a very, very important part in the forming of laws. Why? Because as I said, usages, they are one of the most important sources of law, okay, which has been passed from one generation to generation. Means repeatedly the people follow these customs and usages. So this is one of the most important sources of law. Then the second one is religion. Okay, now especially in ancient times, religion played a very, very important role. Why? Number one reason, because the people, okay, they were very, very superstitious. Okay, they believed in gods, goddesses. They worshipped lots of god and goddesses. Okay, so therefore what happened? It was religion, okay, earlier who actually started regulating the behavior of human beings. Why? Because people, they feared of whom? They feared of God. Okay, they always had this fear of God. Understood? Okay. So therefore, the second important source here is religion. Like I said, in ancient times, religion played a very, very important role because the people, they were very superstitious. They always believed in gods and goddesses, as a result of which, later on, religion started gradually regulating the behavior of the people, because people always had this fear of gods and goddesses. Okay, then the third one is judicial decisions. Now here, judicial decision means the decisions which are given by whom? The courts. Okay. Now, since I hope every one of you have done this, and especially in the civics portion, in the chapter judiciary, okay, Supreme Court is known as the court of record. Means whatever decisions which are given by the Supreme Court, okay, on any case, be it any case, such decisions are kept as an evidence, as a testimony, so that in the future that decision can be used as a reference if a similar kind of case comes up. So here, under judicial decisions, what you need to remember is, in India as well as in USA, Supreme Court is the highest or the apex level court. Okay, so therefore, decisions specially given by your Supreme Court, understood, is kept as a record, a testimony, so that if a similar kind of a case comes up, the same decisions, the same judgments can be used as a reference in the future. Okay, so that is judicial decisions. Now, the last source which I have taken up today is equity. Now, what does equity mean? Where justice is given using fairness. Okay, equity means where equal judgment or equal decision is given. Here, sometimes there are cases before the judges about which the current legislation is not complete or is silent. Means if there are certain laws, okay, which cannot fully fit in a particular case, then what does a judge do? He gives decision using his own experience, okay, using his own fairness, using his own capability. Means he does not depend on the laws. And here, when the judge gives such a judgment, what does he use? Fairness and sense of justice, so that no one gets affected. Okay. So under equity, the judges, as I said, may give a decision on a particular case if they feel that that particular law does not fully fit in that particular case. So during such circumstances, what happens is the judge gives decisions on his own, using his own experience, using his own intelligence, using his own fairness. And during such circumstances, when the judge gives a decision, he gives a just decision, a equal, a fair decision. Okay, so in today's class, I've completed meaning of law, okay, and the different sources of law. So next class, I'll be starting with the different kinds of law. So thank you, class.